What's up guys, welcome to the video. So today we're doing another question and answer. So again, all of these questions are from the previous question and answer. So if you have any questions for the next question and answer, please leave them down in the comment section below. So let's just address kind of like what's been going on. You know, I haven't been posting like bulk update videos or like Q&As. You know, I did get injured, which if you guys been watching my cheat day videos, you guys heard about it. So I did hurt my foot skating in the contest in Tampa, so I was unable to actually compete. So then I'm unable to film like my bulk update videos, so like training sessions in the gym. You know, I still been going to the gym, but just kind of doing like some full body workouts just to get moving, you know, doing a little bit of cardio to keep the body going. So I haven't been able to train to the intensity that I would like. And then also my kitchen is in the middle of getting remodeled and redone, so I can't film like cooking videos and stuff like that. But pretty soon my ankle will be 100%, and also my kitchen will be done, so that way I can film more content. But I'm gonna film this Q&A for you guys because I know you guys enjoy these videos as well. But in the future, you know, my ankle is getting better, it's improving, and I will be back on schedule making these training videos, voiceovers, and just more informative content for you guys. So let's just get right to the question and answer. How have you been feeling, Nick? How is that ankle healing up? Well, I just talked about it a little bit. So yeah, I did sprain it about 3 weeks ago now. So it's been 3 weeks. It's improved a lot in the last 2 weeks. You know, the first week was just like torture, and then from week 1 to week 2, it was really miserable. It was affecting my sleep. It would wake me up because it was in like so much pain and just throbbing. And I think it was seriously the worst ankle sprain that I've had in, you know, how many years I've been skateboarding. So it was just a very awkward landing. You know, I landed like with my foot bending inward and then also my knee bending inward, and I just kind of sat down on it. So it was a very weird sprain, but it's healing, it's getting better. But yeah, I'm looking forward to being back to 100%. What's your favorite kind of training phase you've ever done and why? Also, you're the only YouTuber I look forward to watching. Well, thank you, Isaac. I appreciate you watching my videos. So I do train at many different training phases. So I guess what he's referring to is like maybe which rep scheme I really like the most. You know, I do like anywhere from like a 5-4-3-2-1 rep scheme to maybe like 6 sets of 2 to 4 rep scheme. Now, I really like training in the, say, 1 to 6 rep range. Anything more than that, it's like cardio for me. So like pretty much anything in like, you know, the 1 to 6 rep range. And obviously I'm not maxing out all the time. It's very rarely that I'm hitting like a max out set, but pretty much anywhere from the 1 to 6 rep range is where I really like. Hi Nick, I would like to find out, what do you think about carb cycling? Do you ever try out? Now, I've done carb cycling a lot in the past. I guess you can kind of say I'm doing a form of carb cycling now, because during the week, I mean, it's not that I'm like specifically tracking macros, but during the week my carbs are anywhere from, say, 250 to 350, and then on the cheat day it's like they're at like 1,000. So that is kind of a form of carb cycling. But I mean, a real way of like carb cycling is like what I've done in the past is like 3 low days of lower carbohydrates, and then I'll do 1 high refeed day of carbohydrates. So this is like a very beneficial way to kind of keep you on track, so that way like you can get through your lower carb days and then you look forward to the high day, which is like, you know, the refeed day, so where you can increase your carbohydrates. And it's very effective for fat loss. So there's many ways that you can do it. You could do 3 low days, or you could do 5 low days and then 2 high days, or 6 low days and 1 high day. So there's many different ways to carb cycle. You just gotta kind of play with it. Hi Nick, what do you like to do besides training and cheat days? So pretty much besides training and cheat days, I like to just walk. You know, walking is always like one of the things I enjoy a lot, because it just kind of gives you some mental space to just free your mind, you know, just like put your technology down, no filming, no editing, no Instagram, just kind of going for a walk, or maybe even just like listening to a podcast and kind of learning some things. So I really enjoy walking. And then also skateboarding, of course. I love skateboarding. It's been a huge part of my life. And also I love working on cars. So like my cars are back home up in Massachusetts, which is like my Camaro and also my BMW. They're not down here, so I haven't been working on them, but you know, when I do go up to Mass, I do wrench on them, and that's something I really enjoy, and as well as like drag racing too. How do you have so much cheat days and still look lean? Now this comes down to just calorie manipulation, calorie balance. You know, I've made many videos on this, and I also do have a cheat day ebook where I address all of these topics of like, how do you stay lean? Can I have cheat days while gaining muscle? Can I have cheat days while losing fat? So if you do check out the ebook, I will link it up above, and you could find out a lot of information that I share with you guys. And there's actually a calculation in there too for you guys to set up your calories for the week, so that way you can kind of balance out a cheat day if you wanted to have one as well. Can you do an entire video on intermittent fasting and your research/experience? Question. I thought that was a question. Question, what are your thoughts on artificial sugars? Do you consume them? So an entire video on fasting and my experience, I mean, I guess I could do that coming up in the future, so I mean, I don't have to answer that question here, so sure. What are my thoughts on artificial sugars? Do I consume them? Yes, I do. I do consume artificial sweeteners here and there. It's not something I consume every day. Typically on the cheat days, some things that I am consuming do have artificial sugars or artificial sweeteners in there. But during the week, my diet is pretty much like meat, eggs, fruits, potatoes, rice, oats. So I'm eating like pretty much a cleaner style diet, so I'm not consuming artificial sweeteners much at all. But yes, I do consume them here and there. How much weight you gain after a cheat day? So this really depends. It depends what I ate, how much I ate, the timing I pretty much went to bed. You know, so many factors come into play with how much weight I do gain after a cheat day. But again, it's only temporary and it'll all flush out after 1 or 2 days. Do you have any rituals before a skating contest or before working out in the gym? Not really. I just pretty much listen to some music, get myself hyped up, but there's not really a ritual. I just pretty much just kind of go into it and just kind of make it happen, you know, like obviously for the gym, if like I'm about to hit a workout and if I want to hit a certain weight for a set of reps or something, I'll just kind of like mentally prepare myself and, you know, like play some music, you know, obviously warm up properly and then just go into it and just, you know, rip it. So yeah, there's nothing like too specific that I really do though. Oof, the amount of hearts you broke has got to be killer. I guess she's referring to announcing that I had a girlfriend the previous cheat day. What would you want your last meal to be? Sorry if too morbid, I've been watching too many prison documentaries, laugh out loud. So my last meal, I don't know, I really like so many different foods. Like I like pizza, I love like Indian food, I love like curries, I love donuts, I love all kinds of things. So for my last meal, maybe it would probably be some type of like breakfast meal that had like pancakes, eggs, bacon, hash browns, English muffins. Like that would be like a pretty ideal meal for me. Next Q&A question. What do you think about eating breakfast? Does it really increase metabolism? Does it affect fasting? Absolutely. If you do eat breakfast, then it's definitely going to affect fasting because you are not fasting anymore. And does breakfast increase your metabolic rate? No, it does not. There is no like data and research that, you know, multiple meals throughout the day will increase your metabolic rate more than what just one meal per day would increase your metabolic rate. What's most important is how many calories you're consuming in the 24-hour time period. So I actually think it's more beneficial to do fasting and have one meal per day opposed to just having multiple meals. But that's just basically my preference, and I think fasting is definitely the key to longevity. Hey Nick, tips on bloating. Love your videos. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you very much. So tips on bloating, I would definitely check your diet, you know, get it in check, you know, make sure you aren't consuming any foods that kind of cause bloating or gut irritation or just basically upsetting your stomach. So I would just kind of narrow down your foods and just maybe stick to like some meat and vegetables or only like a few foods that you can consume and try to see if like the bloating goes away, because it could be just any type of food that you kind of have like an allergy to that just kind of causes like severe bloating, or even like artificial sweeteners for some people, it just kind of causes them to bloat. So just kind of double check in like what you're consuming and just try to eliminate a few things, see if it improves, and then maybe try to reintroduce. And if you start bloating, then you kind of found what foods cause the bloating. One question, when you do fasting, do you even not take protein shake? No, when I'm fasting, I don't consume any food, any calories whatsoever, no artificial sweeteners, nothing that's 0 calorie, like drinks or anything. I just consume water with salt and potassium, so that way I'm getting the electrolytes during my fast. But other than that, I don't consume anything else. For the next Q&A, why don't you do anything with your hair? You are one of the few people that actually rock the buzz cut though. I just personally like my hair the way it is. It's very easy to maintain, and I do have like, when I do grow my hair out, my hair has been like down to my butt, and it's also been like, you know, a shorter length too, but I like this length because I do have like a cowlick. If you guys can see, like it just has like, kind of goes back this way, and then over here too, it just, I don't know, it's different. So like when my hair is a certain length, the hair just wants to kind of go a certain way. So like with this style, it's just very easy for me to maintain, and I just really like this style of hair. How long does it take for you to edit your cheat day videos? Now that really depends. It could take anywhere from like 6 to say 9 hours, depending on how many people are in the video. Say if it's like a meetup or something and there's more people, there's more things going on. Or if I'm filming a cheat day with somebody, then there's obviously more things going on with, you know, me and that person, you know, with their eating, I'm eating. So like I'm watching as I'm editing to see if something happened over here, opposed to like what's happening over here, you know. So it's like, it can take a very long time, but if it's just me in the video, then it could be done within like, you know, 6 to 7 hours. I'm trying to lose weight and was wondering how many times a week I should fast. By the way, love your videos. Thank you, Liz. So if you want to lose weight, I mean, it doesn't matter how many times you fast per week. It really comes down to how many calories you are consuming over the weekly basis. So fasting is a very effective tool for fat loss, and it will give you very rapid results. So even just switching to a 1 meal per day protocol, to where you just fast, you know, 23 to 24 hours per day, have that 1 meal and then go back to fasting. Or you could even do some extended fasting, anywhere from like 36 to 48 hours, and then have a meal and then go back to fasting. That will give you the fastest results possible, and I think you will be happy with the progress that you make. Have you ever had a bad relationship with food? Also, have you ever had body image issues? Now, I guess you can say I've had a bad relationship with food back when I was like super shredded. I was just really shredded, and I just kind of looked at food differently. I looked at food as numbers rather than food itself, because I was very strict about tracking macros, and like, you know, it was basically like, oh, like how many macros does it have? Can I fit that into my macros? You know, so it was kind of like a different way to look at foods, opposed to now where it's like, I look at food as fuel and nutrients rather than just like numbers. So I guess you could say like back then I did have a bad relationship with food, but over time, you know, that's why just now I have the best relationship with food, where I'm fully comfortable with like my diet, and it's like I don't look at food as like bad or good. It's just I eat food for nutrients and fuel, and then also on the cheat day I just enjoy myself, eat whatever I want with zero guilt whatsoever. And then to address, have I ever had like body image issues? I guess you could say that as well. Back when I was like super shredded, that was just like a state that I never wanted to leave. So I had to stay shredded all the time, and it was just very unhealthy. Like my hormones were suppressed, I didn't feel well, my strength suffered, my sleep was terrible, I was always hungry. So like being like super shredded is not what it looks like to be. You know, like looking at that state, it looks cool. You know, a lot of people think it looks cool, but just your quality of life is really gonna suffer. And like, it was very hard to leave that state from being shredded. But now again, after years and years of experience, I just really found what works well for me, and I'm completely comfortable with my body. Are you ever going to show your girlfriend in your video / do a cheat day with her? Actually, I'm going to be doing a cheat day with her for the next one, so I'm very excited, and yeah, I'm super pumped about it, and I'm really excited for all of you guys to meet her as well. She's an amazing person, she's super nice, she's beautiful, and she's just, yeah, she's great. Hey Nick, always enjoy your videos. My question to you is, what is your thoughts and opinion on swimming as far as exercise, cardio, building muscle, and toning? This is something I have been curious about. I have yet to hear you talk about it. I have not heard a question on it yet. Thank you, much love. Oh, congrats on 100K and the girlfriend, haha. Thank you very much. And yeah, so swimming, I think swimming is probably one of the best forms of cardio. I mean, I don't know how effective it is to like build muscle and like put on lots of size, but it can build endurance, especially because it's almost like sprinting, you know. So sprinting does build muscle because it's like high intensity training, opposed to like say long distance running where you don't really build much muscle that way. So yeah, I think swimming is one of the best forms of cardio, and yeah, you could build some muscle, and depending on how you swim, if it's like a sprint or if it's just like a super long swim, but either way, I think swimming is great. Question for your next Q&A. What are some ways that you have found to be most effective in breaking really bad habits? I really think that pretty much just going cold turkey, wanting to quit and just stopping is probably the most effective way. Because if you're just trying to like, oh, I'm just gonna, I mean, I'll go back to like say drinking for instance. You know, I used to like drink and party a lot. I'd go out on the weekends, And then I was like, oh, I need to chill out, I'll stop. And then like, you know, friends are going out, all right, we're going out, all right, sure, I'll go. And then, you know, you start drinking again. And then until it was like, all right, I'm completely done, I'm gonna stop. And then I just stopped. And then, you know, I went like say 1 week, and then like, all right, I'm gonna go for a month, went for a month, I'm gonna go for 2 months, I'm gonna go for 6 months, a year. And now it's been over like 5 years since I've drank, and yeah, it's probably one of the best decisions I've ever made because my quality of life has just gotten so much better. Please talk about healing leaky gut, which I knew you had/have. I developed intolerance to almost everything now, and it's terrible. I really think that fasting can really heal your gut, because if you're not consuming foods, then it's not going to irritate your gut, and then it can allow the gut to heal. So doing some like extended fast, and then maybe even just consuming, like I talked about before with the bloating, you know, maybe just stick to like say like some meat and vegetables, see how you respond, see how you feel, see if you get any like joint pain or anything. So I would really just try to eliminate some foods, try to do some extended fasting to allow your gut to heal. Yeah, I think that could really help. What do you normally do on your fasting days in terms of eating and drinking? I'm not sure if you have watched any of my bulk update videos, but pretty much every single one of those videos I'm doing a full day of eating. So I basically fast throughout the day. I will train fasted, and then post-workout I will break my fast with my meal. So I will get anywhere from 3,000 to 3,200 calories in that eating window. And you know, I'll consume anything from like beef, eggs, dairy, Greek yogurt, oats, rice, potatoes, pasta, fruit. So that's pretty much like my staple food choices. And yeah, that's pretty much what I do. Do you know if it's true that when fasting for 16 to 18 hours, if you get a headache, you should put some salt in water and drink it? I have been fasting daily for 16 to 18 hours and I almost get a headache every time. So if you are getting a headache, it could just be like detox symptoms of like sugar, or just even just like food, you know, because sometimes I will get a headache, but I do consume water with salts in it when I'm fasting. So I'll do like baking soda and this product called no salt, which has potassium in it, or sometimes I'll just do sea salt and the potassium. You know, sometimes you will get a headache, sometimes you won't, and it could really be due to your diet. You know, what types of foods you're eating. If you're fasting and then eating a diet that's high in sugar and just all kinds of processed stuff, then you could get some like detox symptoms and kind of get a headache. Would you like to move to California? Yes, I definitely would like to move to California. You know, I've been going out there a lot over these years and I do enjoy it there. You know, I did live up in LA, and it's just LA is a little too crazy for me, but I have been spending a lot of time down in like Orange County area, Huntington Beach area, and I gotta say I really like it down there. It's super mellow, the area is really nice, and the people are super cool. The traffic's like not as gnarly as like, you know, LA. For the next Q&A, how would you recommend healthfully increasing calories to increase metabolic rate while also maintaining weight/fit? So what you could do, you could just basically increase your calories weekly, say anywhere from like 50 to 100 calories. You know, you can start on the lower end, just do like say 50 calories, but at the same time increasing your work capacity in the gym, or increasing like a little bit of cardio every week. So that way, you know, as you're increasing your food and increasing your activity, your metabolic rate will catch up to speed, and then you'll be able to have a higher calorie maintenance while still staying fit and in shape. Hey Nick, what is your recommendation on how to fix the skinny fat syndrome and your goal is to cut? So what I would recommend is just to start eating a good balanced diet with eating plenty of protein and resistance training anywhere from like say 3 to 6 times per week, depending on how much volume you're doing. But you can pretty much do like full body workouts almost every day without taxing yourself, as well as doing some fasting. So fasting is a very effective way to burn body fat. You could switch to like a 1 meal per day routine, and I think that will really help you and benefit you. So just start fasting, eat 1 meal per day, and then make sure you're eating plenty of protein and getting that training in the gym. I'm really torn with what is best to eat before and after a workout. When I go to the gym, I usually get there for about 10 a.m. and I'm there between 40 minutes to an hour. I mainly do cardio and some weights. Before I go to the gym, I have cornflakes with a banana on top. Is that okay to eat before a workout? After my workout, I don't usually eat again until lunch, which is about an hour or so after. What's the best to eat then? So yeah, that is completely fine if you wanted to have like, you know, some carbs before you work out. And then typically post-workout, just consume something with protein, or if you did have a lot of protein before you work out, that protein is still in your body being digested. You know, protein can take anywhere from like 3 to 4 hours to digest, depending on how big the meal is. So pretty much post-workout, maybe you can consume either like some eggs and toast, or you can consume some like oatmeal with like some protein powder in it, or even making like a protein shake, or even having some Greek yogurt, or having some beef or chicken or turkey with some veggies or rice. Pretty much, you know, you can get pretty flexible. And what I recommend is really tracking your calories so you know how much you're putting in. So just either have a calorie goal with like a protein target, which that makes it super easy, and then just have a pretty wide variety of foods that you enjoy eating. Hey Nick, how can water weight be reduced? The best way to reduce water weight is to fast. So don't consume any water, don't consume any food. And yes, you have plenty of food on your body, which is body fat. Body fat is fuel and it is energy. And stored inside your body fat, there is water there as well. So if you fast for, you know, anywhere from like 24 to 36 hours, you're gonna be tapping into those stores, and then you're gonna be flushing out lots of water. So again, like, fasting is one of the best tools, and I really enjoy fasting. So I would just try to do some fasting and experiment with it, and you can really see how fast or how quickly you can eliminate some water weight. What's one food you can never give up? I would have to say donuts. So donuts are literally like one food that I really do enjoy. Man, they are so good. So yeah, donuts are definitely one thing. I mean, if I had to, I would, but do I have to? I don't, so. But yeah, I just really like donuts. What is your camera setup? Love the quality and how the right thing is always in focus. So what I use is the Sony a5100, and the lens that I always use is the Sigma 16mm. So I really like this setup. It works very well. The only flaw about the camera is, you know, say anywhere from like 15 to say 20 minutes of filming, the camera will get hot and it will overheat. So I'll just kind of have to shut it off for a second, let it cool down, and then keep filming again. But overall, the camera is great. It's small, it has a flip up cam, so it makes vlogging like super easy, and the quality of the video is pretty amazing too. Well, alright guys, that is going to be the question and answer. I hope you guys enjoyed it. So if you have any questions for the next Q&A, please leave them in the comment section down below. And again, thank you guys so much for all the love and the support. I really appreciate it. Until next time, please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.